Science Summer Safari, and today is all about aviation. Let's get on the bus and go to the airport. So, since this is aviation day, I thought we might make this plane. This plane is a pretty cool plane. It's called the Alpha, and it's made by the AMA, the Academy of Model Aeronautics. Here in Indiana, we have the headquarters of the Academy of Model Aeronautics, all things that fly. Some things that fly are remote control. You guys know about those, right? Yeah. And some things are called line, where they're on a wire to fly competition. Yeah. And then the other is free flight. Once we make this, it's going to be a free flight. So you already got your rudder, and you see this rudder is a control surface. And we also have the elevator. Now elevators make things go up and down, and so this part here, I'm going to turn this little tab and turn this little tab. This goes in the back right here, and if you notice, blue is forward. Blue is forward. That's called the leading edge. Like a sharp blue and blue. So this elevator makes it like a lever for the plane to go up and down, and the rudder makes the plane for yaw. That leaves the wings. Now, which side do you think is the leading edge? The blue. And so we have this really kind of cool wing attachment thing. So I'm going to put this. Now there's a piece of metal here for reinforcement, so I'm going to put the metal in like this, hopefully. And when I put it in, and you guys are going to do all this here yourself, put that in. Easier said than done. Here we go. A lot of times, one of the biggest problem with this is that they don't get the metal in. But the metal makes it really pretty strong. Here we go. I broke it. Yes, I did. But the thing about a model, every time you make a model airplane, three things are going to happen. One, you're going to make it, you're going to have to trim it, and it'll probably crash. And that's okay, because part of making a model is fixing it so it flies right. So there's one leading edge. Here's the other leading edge. I'm going to put it in here, and now we have our wings. Now the cool thing about these wings is they have a bend onto them. That's called a dihedral. That makes them more stable. Now you got the engine hook at the bottom, the wings that go on top, blue forward, and about 4 inches back. 4 inches is going to be right there. We're going to measure these. We're going to start at 4 inches because this thing has to be balanced. You know, if it's further back, the whole thing's going to go like that. If it's too close, it'll go like that. You want the plane to be balanced under its center of gravity and its center of lift. So right here, we got all the components that were pretty cool except for the propeller. Now the propeller has a silver eye hook. That goes on the bottom with the engine hook, and I like to do this. Now this is, yeah. You follow those directions? Just take it. Got it? Yeah. Do I have to repeat myself? You understand?
Yes.
That balsa wood may be hard to fit, so you do that. Now that'll fit. Now if you push from back here, you'll break the engine, the motor stick. So push it from up front if you have to. Perfect. And now we have our motor, or our imported Italian rubber, a special rubber. This rubber stretches and it's been lubricated, so it will be a perfect motor. See the knot that goes at the back, and the loop goes in the front. And you boys and girls have made the Alpha, #1, a great flying machine. And if we can fly this more than 1 minute, you will be able to join a very special club, the Wright Brothers Club. Any model airplane that flies 1 minute, because the Wright brothers, here, hold this for me, please.
Invented the airplane.
One of them born here in Indiana over 100 years ago. They invented, scientifically, they worked out the parts of the modern airplane. In fact, you'll see, now this is called the Wright Flyer. It flew 3 times the first day. They worked so hard to make a plane that they could control, that had a pilot, that was heavier than air, that would take off from the ground. I mean, you could climb up on a mountain and jump off. Look, I'm flying, Mom! That's not really flying, right? Yeah. Or you could be on a kite. Look, I'm flying. Not really flying. Or you could be in a balloon. Not really. Flight means take off from the ground, have a pilot, and be able to control it. So to control it, they actually invented to make the wings roll so that the wings would warp so the plane could go like this and like that. But then the plane would crash up and down. So they thought, they put this elevator, and they put theirs on the front. Ours, on most modern planes, are on the back. And then they thought we need a propeller that for thrust. They put their propellers on the back. Those were push propellers. Our propeller's a pull propeller. And it was one last thing. So their plane would go up and down, their plane would roll up and down, but then every once in a while it would crash. When the wind came, they needed something to make it go straight. And that's when they thought of the rudder. And not only the rudder, but we can make it so we could control it. So we could control it. So if the plane starts to go that way, they turn the rudder to keep it straight. Those three things, take your hand with me, right? Go like this. This is called pitch. Pitch up, pitch down. Pitch up, pitch down. Ready? Roll to the right, roll to the left. And the last one, yeah. So you guys are following in the footsteps of the Wright brothers making this plane. So let's go back. Remember, the most important part, I'll repeat these directions one more time. Got it?
Got it.
All right, let's go make our alphas. You guys have put together your alpha, and we have included this winder. And I think this is a 20-to-1 ratio. So that means I turn this once, and that gears inside of it make this turn 20 times. Now, we also have two motors, and we cut the one motor a little bit shorter. This is going to be our trim motor so we can get this thing to fly right. And so you're going to have a partner for this. So what you do is you hook one part there. Would you stand here? Hold that for me. Hold two hands. One hand holds the propeller, the other hand holds the motor stick, holding wood. There you go. Got it? And I'm going to come back here like this, straight line. And probably your first flight, we should only wind this like between 20 and 25 times. Hold it tight. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I always stop at 15 to get the rubber band a chance to cool down from friction. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's really not 20. That's really 400 because 20 times 20 is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do one more. If you do more than 25, it could break. So now, see how it's stretched out like that? I'm going to go about that far back and pinch it hard, and then I'm going to let this part unwind. When it unwinds, it should give me a loop. See that loop right there? Yes, yes?
Yes.
That loop hooks on the back of the engine hook right there. Now your airplane has a lot of potential energy. And it should go in a circle because of the propeller torquing one way will cause it to go in a circle. Let's find out. So Hayden, watch your head. You let go of the propeller, you count to 1, and then you gently push it up, not straight up and not down, up to the clouds. Here we go, ready? 1.
Okay, it's flying.
It will fly, it will crash. Now look, grab the propeller, grab the propeller. Grab the propeller. Too late, dude, come here. So, you notice, bring it here, please, watch where you're walking. Now, he could have, when he picked it up, he could have grabbed the propeller and saved some potential energy. Now, you notice that thing went in a straight line. I'm going to give it just a little bit of rudder, just like the Wright brothers, and we'll try it again. So you'll need a partner. Here, hold that. You'll need a partner, and you'll need your winder. And we're going to go outside. We'll fly these outside. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some of them, I don't know how many I still had on there. Look, about an inch back, pinch it hard, unwind it. That makes a loop. See the loop? Hook the loop. Now you remember mine last time went straight. So Always check to make sure everything's together. I gave it a little bit of rudder to the left. We'll see what happens. Here we go. 1001 and fly. Well, now look, see how it's going in a circle?
Whoa! Watch out. So close.
And pull up, and it's crashed.
Landing.
You guys ready to try it?
Yeah.
Set and fly. Not bad.
Oh, we got some lift.
Yay, my plane's flying. Yay.
Wow.
Crash!
Hey, if it flies, it's going to crash. Into the wind this way, kiddo. Into me this way. There you go. Go ahead. A two-handed launch. He's got it right. He's got one hand there. Ready. Let go of the propeller and launch. Hayden, you crashed. Wow, pretty good. Now you have a pretty tight rudder turn, so if you adjust that, it may not turn so tight. Indianapolis Airport, and today we're going to go on a tour with these two guys right here. Check it out. We have John and Jerry. They are from the Indianapolis Airport Authority. You'll hear more about them. But I want to show your attention right here to one of my favorite sculptures. You're going to learn from John and Jerry all kinds of cool things about this airport. This is made from Indiana limestone. Indiana has the best limestone in the world because this was actually small creatures that lived in the ocean millions of years ago, and when they died they were squeezed down. And what makes our limestone so much better than most limestone is it's smooth. It can be carved almost like butter. Now the artist who made this used our limestone. Our limestone is in the Lincoln Memorial, the Empire State Building, the Washington Monument, and thousands of buildings around Indiana. Because this giant bed of bedrock limestone in Indiana comes close to the surface, so we can just dig it up. It starts in St. Louis, goes all the way to Canada, but it's buried thousands of feet. But here in Bedford, Indiana, in Olytic, Indiana, it's very close. There's a place called Olytic, Indiana, because these are called Olytic fossils. And the plane's taken off, because we're at the airport. Now, take a look at this. This sculpture is more of an emotional sculpture. Artists like to share their emotions. And so this is called the birth of flight. It's a butterfly. It's called the butterfly coming out of its chrysalis. And this is the American Sign Language for butterfly. And so thousands of people come to Indianapolis every day because of flight in this airport. Are you guys ready to go to the airport?
Yeah.
Well, John and Jerry are our guides today. So let's go.
Currency exchange. And this is similar to a store in that you go up and you can exchange American currency, that is to say dollar bills, for money from other countries. Like if you're going to go to Japan, if you're going to fly to Japan, back in the mid-90s, and at that point they have manufactured several million of these engines. This particular engine is from a C-130 aircraft. You see a picture there. But what you don't see in this particular model is the propeller. Half of the piece of art, and the real compared to our left, click on that. Interesting thing about this mural called Road to Delivery.
As I said, there are two concourses which you go through security. This is Concourse A, which is Delta, United, and Spirit Airlines Frontier. Concourse B on the other side is for American, Southwest, Allegiant, and this is the entrance to the concourses for known crew members. In other words, pilots, cabin attendants who are on a fleet.
And they're all hung up here by aircraft cables. Okay? So now what we're going to do is going to reverse ourselves, and we're going to go back.
The driver, what's called a tug. Let's go over to the left. Never walk.
Sticking out wheels with 2 wheelchairs, second request, thank you.
Go up to these counters for your particular airline. This is where you check your bags. Your bags learn that route on the conveyor belt. The other people that go through security, transportation security administration, go through a lot more inspection, X-ray, and sometimes they go through a bomb vapor or explosive vapor detector. So there are all these steps that normal people like you and me have to go through to get on the airplane. This is a special access point just for airport employees. And it's by an artist by the name of Dixie Fred Gay, who's from Texas. But what she did was she worked with fabricators or people that put things together down in Mexico. There were 12 of them in this company, and they had over 500,000 little blocks, half-inch glass tile, connect to the aircraft when they come in and park. And you can see here up front on the right where that jet plane same time that people are getting on and off, they have baggage handlers that have little carts, little tugs, that hold the baggage after they get
or an umbrella stroller, those will also arrive on the carousels. You like to think of choosing Southwest while Indianapolis.
So we've been to the airport terminal. Now let's see how these airplanes are maintained and kept in the air. Because we're here at, welcome to FedEx Hangar, the Indianapolis Hangar Maintenance.
Yeah, but it doesn't have no window, so you won't set it off.
So we're here at the FedEx Maintenance Hangar. Every night about 80 airplanes land at the airport, unload, sort packages, and reload. And that's great for this country. But without these guys keeping those airplanes up in the air, packages wouldn't arrive on time. But I'll tell you, so we're here at the maintenance hangar. Let's check out some of these cool airplanes.
that's where the wheels go up inside. Once the airplane takes off, these will fold up inside there. That way there's no drag on the airplane when it's going really fast. These will cause it to slow down if they were down, and not up inside the wheel. Just for landing purposes, that way they go a little slower, and you want to, the airplane wants to drop nice and smooth. So they're called slats, leading edge slats. So they'll come out and extend that wing a little bit more. Components.
The inside of the engine at the airport.
You see a lot goes into it. You got hydraulics, right? You got fuel. You got electrical systems. You got the oil plumbing to the engine to lubricate all the engine parts. I mean, it's all crammed in. This is air, bleed air, so you can run other air conditioned systems. And your wing, each wing has a anti-ice, so your wings don't freeze up when it's cold out. Yeah. Oh, a long time. I'm sure the manufacturer's got it down pat, though, but it takes a few months to make it through the engine. Since the airplane has a big engine on the back, it gets kind of heavy, so while it's in check, we put extra weights up front. That way, kind of like a teeter totter before. Put more weight on one side, the other it goes up, right? So this keeps the plane nose down while it's in the hangar.
Whatever you do, guys, don't step on this little one. It's a mouse trap. Wait, is it actually a mouse trap? I don't know.
So if we move these to the back of the plane, it would probably tip the nose up for it. No, you just cans. Just put boxes in the cans, and then you just gotta lock those cans on to their position. Airplane seat belts. They got extra seats. Extra safety, right?
Hey, where are you flying to?
We're flying to Puerto Rico.
Sounds good to me. North Africa. You probably want to go to where? Morocco?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, then here we go.
Alright, switch up so somebody else can sit up there for a while.
It's hot here.
It's kind of hot here too, so you don't want to hang out for too long.
So this gear is pretty heavy, right? So anybody guess how much it weighs when we
Watch what happens when I stop holding it. You keep holding it. I'm gonna. Oh, I am first. I just put the line first. My hand behind the person that's already there. My hand is first.
Science Summer Safari with the aircraft rescue firefighter truck. Pretty cool. So we finished our aviation day here at Fire Station 1 at the airport, where our students are learning all about fire safety and the science of fire.